Good day, my darling oddities, and welcome back to Otter Space, the part of your brain which thinks sandwiches taste better when you use real sand. This is the View from Otter Space. My name's Otter, here to bring you the most accurate, realistic, and completely not fabricated news from around the world. In today's top story, a Vtuber pseudo-news show rebrands after only 2 episodes. So anyways, welcome back to the news from the Otter Side. In our next story, we look into the fast-paced and cutthroat world of Scrabble. Regime, a VTuber best known as Patient Zero in a recent outbreak of scuffed rabies, has been crowned Scrabble Champion of Canada after defeating and liquefying the former champion. Regime's supporters are ecstatic at the news, and celebration is poured out into the streets in several Canadian cities. However, Regime is not without critics, most of whom are from the Canadian city of Iqaluit, for obvious reasons. These naysayers decry Regime's crowning, citing her consumption of tiles and use of made-up words as reasons to revoke her championship. The Scrabble Commission of Canada is deliberating these complaints and have attempted to reconstitute the previous champion in order to receive their comment on the matter. Reporters from Niftos have approached Regime for comment, and she had this to say.
What can I say? It's like watching, that little scoreboard on the game that's outside the slushie store. Totally fun. You should totally try it. Easiest game ever. You just have to hold that one button, and then all the numbers just keep going up, and you can rack up this awesome high score super easily. I'm not really sure why people keep putting that little squirty thing in the cars, though.
A concise and completely coherent statement from the Scrabble champion. Long may you reign. You can be certain that we'll be keeping you up to date as the situation progresses, and as Canada locates enough ice cube trays to put the previous champion back together. In other news, we catch up with Star Coffee, VTuber, archaeologist, and part-time crystal ball. Mr. Coffee makes the news today following his discovery of the Lost Ark of the Covenant. While a no-doubt massive historical find, Star has been under fire from critics who don't agree with his assessment that the Ark is a record of the world's oldest Terms of Service agreement, which of course nobody has read. We were able to catch up with Star for a comment, and he says, "The critics are just a bunch of haters. If they need proof, they can now visit the location and take a highly supervised tour for the low price of $60. What a bargain. And on to our last story of the evening, we join Bartumble, the Nordic VTuber. Bartumble recently recovered from a tragic accident wherein he did indeed take an arrow to the knee. Bartumble has returned to adventuring immediately after his recovery, leaving some townfolks across the countryside to question whether the guards are being overpaid for underperforming. Bartumble, on the other hand, chides these critics and says, "I say they don't get paid enough to deal with me or my Thieves Guild, which is something I take advantage of on a day-to-day basis. Just a little bit of gold to clear a bounty may be a bit expensive, but it becomes worth it in the long run. Sounds like you better make sure to give your local guard a little appreciation, because if you don't, the thieves just may." We here at News from the Otter Side can promise to keep you up to date with these fast-moving stories as they develop. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the latest entirely true news from around the world, make sure to follow us right here, as well as our affiliates on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. Links for each of those will be in the description below. Until next time, everybody, reporting for the News from the Otter Side, this has been Otter, H.O. Good night, and got your nose. I got your nose. I got it.